What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Hero or Zero here on the Heroes for Hire podcast. My name is Shaun Meehan, and joining me as always is my best pal, Mr. Conor Lawler.
That was very nice. By the way, just before you started talking, I lifted my arm and I hit my own microphone, and then and then I had a worrying face that I had ruined the intro, but you just powered on through.
No, I'll just mute you. I'll mute you in the intro. It'll be fine. Just how it is. Every time you make a mistake or hit the microphone, you go down by -1 decibel.
Oh no, I'm going to be on -50. Oh, no, I hate that. Shaun, this is Hero Zero. It's a very windy, stormy day here in Ireland. A bit of a weather
Happy
warning
winter,
out. So I'm in the mood to learn about comic book characters, and thankfully it's your week, so I didn't have to read anything.
That's true, and you get to hear about a lovely Marvel character, Conor.
Yes, because if anyone doesn't know, Hero Zero is a show where we choose one comic book character every single week. We talk to good points and their bad points, and we generally just give you a bit of a rundown of everything to do with that character. Now, as Shaun said, I normally do DC characters, he normally does Marvel characters. We like all characters. But Shaun, it is your week. As last week, I did my report, and so I'm assuming this week you're going to have a better one, because I had Mr. America, the greatest hero of all time.
Well, that's the thing, Conor. That's the thing, is that you picked a hero, right, who is associated with one particular country. You know, I think that's fair to say. I thought, who could I do that would be associated with a particular country? I know you're thinking Captain America.
I was also thinking Captain Britain.
No. None of these. None of the above. Because Conor, I am covering a lady named Molly Fitzgerald.
Oh, no.
A.K.A. Shamrock.
Oh, no. I don't know if people have picked up on this. It's subtle. But we are Irish, and so
we are indeed.
I don't know, but I think this might be racist, this report, and I don't know where it's going to come in, but it's going to be bad.
It's okay. Some of it is a bit touch and go, but some of it is like, actually, that's quite interesting.
Okay.
So I'm going to start off. You're going to be a bit at some points, but I need you to power through with me. So,
okay.
And also for the first couple of sentences, this just sounds like most Irish women.
Before I'm going to leave that there. Before you get started, can I make 2 announcements, Shaun? One, tomorrow, just as a confirmation, we are doing our Patreon hangout.
Oh, we are indeed.
On Google Meet. So you should have your invite by now if you were invited to the Google Meet. It's a bit of a listener hangout. It's to celebrate 4 years. It's our 4-year anniversary birthday hangout. You just jump on a Google Meet call. We don't really have anything planned, but we can just have a chat about comic books and movies and weird news if you want. You'll probably remember more than we do. And 2, Shaun, we are setting a challenge out to the listeners before Christmas to get 100 5-star reviews on Spotify before Christmas Day. It seems a lot. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it off, but I felt like we should announce it now that we're going for that. So if you haven't given us a review on Spotify, I would really appreciate if you did. Just take 5 seconds.
I would also really appreciate it. Yeah. Just we'll give you some time. There you go. That should be enough time.
And there's the 2 plugs, Shaun. You've said something that about women in the 80s, so I'm assuming it's going to be good.
Because this first sentence just sounds like I'm just talking about like one of my aunts. Because the first sentence of this report: Molly Fitzgerald was born and raised in Dunshaughlin, County Meath in Ireland.
Place.
Regular place, like it's down the road. Now, here's where it deviates a bit. Her father was a fanatically militant Irish nationalist. When Molly was 3 years old, her father took her and her brother to the Northern Ireland mountainsides and asked the heavens to grant his son the power to strike down his enemies.
Oh, his enemies were... Oh, no.
Oh, no. I need you to stick with me. So... nothing seemed to happen. The son didn't get any powers. However, Molly, after growing up, she's going to university at this point. In her first year at university, she realises that she was the one who got blessed on that day, Conor.
What?
She discovered that she was surrounded by a protective aura that caused random improbabilities to manifest themselves on her behalf whenever she was in trouble. Basically, she has the luck of the Irish. she has good luck powers.
Because she's called Shamrock.
She's called Shamrock.
Right.
She uses her good luck powers to become Ireland's superheroine named Shamrock.
She does not. I have never heard of this woman.
She's actually class. Like, she's actually really, really cool. So at one point, so she just kind of operates within Ireland. Her first main story comes in an event called the Contest of Champions, where the Grandmaster he does this every so often, he pulls a bunch of heroes from different places and makes them all fight. It was it was a duo match, and she was paired with Captain Britain. The two disagreed with each other due to the history of the region of Northern Ireland.
No. And this was in the 90s or the 80s.
This was like late 80s, early 90s.
Oh no, my head is in my hand, Shaun. International listeners may not know, but during that time there was a bit of we call it the Troubles here in Ireland, but it's a very subtle way of saying things got fucked up for a long time.
Massive sectarian violence going on.
A lot of violence going on with people killing Irish people killing other Irish people.
Yeah, and then, look, it's the whole thing. This is not the play. This is not a hero or zero. Why would
Marvel Comics be like,
it's
let's
a bold
do this
fucking move, isn't it?
Wouldn't it be a laugh?
So, during the contest, Shamrock's luck powers allowed her to defeat Captain America. So she has beaten Captain America in a fight.
What, did he throw a shield and it luckily bounced off something and came back and hit him?
I think, like that kind of thing. Just things work out for her. Like Domino. In
Deadpool, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Shamrock was among the heroes who celebrated the Hulk's presidential pardon. So the Hulk got pardoned for all of his big crimes. And she is drawn in the comic and remarks, "Oh, 'tis easy being green." That's her contribution to the story. Look.
You know what? I know why you included that in the report. Doesn't make it any better.
No, it really doesn't.
Begorra be Jesus, 'tis good to be green.
Eventually, Molly Fitzgerald began a career as a primary school teacher, and she abandoned her superhero activities in favour of building a better world through education.
I mean,
great.
Seems nice.
Now,
okay.
When Molly's brother was killed in an IRA terrorist bomb blast.
Why are they doing this?
I have no idea why they went so... There's a whole page on the Marvel Wiki devoted to the IRA. It's very strange.
Why would you even go near that?
Why would, like, it's such a tough topic to handle well.
It's so niche for, like, international listeners. Like,
yeah.
Why would people reading, maybe, I don't know, in Italy, give a shit about the IRA? I
genuinely, Connor, I have no answer for you. After her brother's death, her father, who had long since been estranged from her, asked her to come with him to the Northern Ireland mountainside once more. So back to where she got her powers. There, he drugged her and gave her to the criminal geneticist Arnim Zola in hopes that the mad scientist could duplicate her powers and transfer them to her father.
I'll tell you something right now, right? Yeah. That is something you do not expect from a father figure. That drug and give him to the scientist who's going to experiment on her. That is...
He's a real bad dude.
That's a real bad dude, I'm starting to think he's not good vibes. That's what I'm starting to think.
However, the process of them trying to duplicate the powers actually increased Molly's powers 1,000-fold, making her so lucky that she basically walked out of the facility. She also defeated Arnim Zola easily.
But like, if she's that lucky, at a certain point, is it just like money just begins falling like onto her, and like
it's situation based, so it's like it's whatever would make her lucky in that situation. It's not just a stroke of luck.
Right.
In general.
Okay.
I'll explain how it works later on.
But technically, she could just go to the shop and buy a lotto ticket every week and win the lotto.
No, it's more like if she was short money, she would find some in her pocket.
Okay, fair enough.
So her father catches up with her and confronts her at gunpoint. frustrated that Molly would not use her powers in his militant quest.
But what?
Unfortunately.
He knows that she's so lucky that he won't be able to kill her, surely.
Oh, absolutely. But he still does it anyway. And what happens, Connor?
I'm assuming he shoots himself.
Well, her father's gun explodes in his hand, killing him.
Yes.
Molly reluctantly returned to her former life and also her superhero career. So she decides she's going to start being Shamrock again. She then attends the first ever Pan-European Conference on Superhuman Affairs, Connor.
Right.
She's so it's like the UN, but like every country has a superhero that represents them, and Shamrock is Ireland's representative.
And she's ours.
Yeah, she's one of ours.
I thought it was going to be the other guy from Marvel. What's his name? You covered
Banshee.
Him. Yeah.
Could be Banshee. He was busy with X-Men stuff at the time, though. Yeah. And so they were at this conference, and it was attacked by a Nazi villain called Brain Drain. He's dumb. He brainwashed all the heroes present to return to their countries and kill their heads of state.
Good tactic. That's a good plan, to be fair.
So various members of Alpha Flight, who are like the Canadian X-Men, they raced to stop the heroes, and North Star hoped to stop Shamrock from attacking Ireland's president.
Oh, it is not good being green.
It is not good being green. In 1992, that was Mary Robinson as well.
It was Mary Robinson, a good woman.
Great woman. However, her powers made her immune to the brainwashing, and Mary Robinson was never in danger at all, it turns out.
Well, I mean, I don't think Mary Robinson could die. I think the nation of Ireland would protect her.
This is going to age really poorly. Something terrible happens.
If something terrible happens in the next little while, Mary, hang on. Okay.
So, the next segment of the report is called Best Hairdresser in Europe, Connor. So, Molly...
You could have given me 1,000 guesses. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Molly finally took the opportunity to retire from crime fighting because her luck
and
powers
being a teacher.
Her luck powers ran out. The way she discovered this is that she slipped and broke her foot. She was like, "Oh, that's unlucky." Wait, a normal
Shaun,
life.
Can I just really quickly? Can luck powers run out?
Yes, they did in this story.
No, but logically.
I mean, it's unless it would. Well, if losing your powers would be a lucky thing to happen, maybe that's like if you were about to become the best hairdresser in Europe, but you couldn't because of all your powers.
I forgot about the hairdresser bit. Go on.
There's no luck in hairdressing, Connor. It's all skill. She took up a new career as a hairstylist. She ran into Captain Britain and his partner Meghan, and she agreed to do Meghan's hair for her wedding. Because of this, she became the most sought-after hairdresser in all of Europe, cutting the hairs of the likes of Kitty Pryde, Wolfsbane, and Janet Van Dyne. Janet Van Dyne in the comics as well as a massive like fashion designer. So it's a good get to cut her hair. She later moved to the US, settling in New York City, where she planned to open the first superhero salon. She tried to put on her old costume, but it had been so long it no longer fit. Trish Walker and Sue Storm became regular customers of hers, along with Felicia Hardy, who is Black Cat, who has bad luck powers.
Right.
So they bonded over luck-based powers for a time.
But can I just then ask, surely it's incredibly dangerous for her to be going to the hairdressers, just in general.
You go to the best in Europe.
But if you've got powers that make you unlucky, like she's dropping that, so like that scissors is going through your ear almost
on a
visit by visit basis.
I will say, depending on who's writing Black Cat, she either has those powers or doesn't.
They forget.
They just forget. They turn them off.
Okay.
Later, she then purchased the Luck of the Irish pub, which was a regular haunt for the heroes of New York. One night, a group of male superheroes told stories about their exes and current girlfriends while they waited for them to arrive. She put them in their place and told them to stop moaning. And that's the last we've seen of Shamrock.
That was her big thing. She told them, would you lads, would you stop? Come on now.
And here's the thing, is that before we get on to powers and abilities, I feel like they fumbled the bag with this character.
Yes.
Because she was she was quite a cool character more tasteful than you'd imagine, given the circumstances. And then now she's just kind of a background character who's hung up the mantle, you know?
Where would you have liked to see them take it in terms of fumbling the bag?
I would I could see her on like Excalibur, you know, like the UK Avengers, basically.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that kind of thing would work really well. Or just little like solo stories running around Ireland, I think would be hilarious. Obviously, I'm biased.
Obviously, we are biased that we just never see Ireland in any comic books. But
did you see that Superman comic where he picks up the spire?
No.
Yeah, I'll send it to you later.
Does he?
He picks up the spire and I think he throws it at someone.
Oh, I mean, it's a good throwing device, to be fair.
Yeah, but he goes into the GPO and everything. It's class.
If anyone doesn't know what the spire is,
Jesus.
it was. I'm very going to quickly explain it. So, you know, every country has a big visiting, like a big tourist attraction.
Eiffel Tower, Washington Monument.
Ever seen that square in Brussels? Absolutely gorgeous. So it is. I mean,
love that stuff.
And so all these countries have all this nice stuff. So. The year is about 2004. Ireland's riddled with money. We've too much money to know what to do.
We've lost
the
run of ourselves.
Everybody has a Lamborghini, right? It's too. The recession's out, and everybody's going to live forever at this rate. So the government think we need a tourist attraction. We need an Eiffel Tower. We need something that people, the London Eye, something people are going to come see. And
Big Ben.
Big Ben. So what they decided was they spent millions upon millions of euros on a big needle that just sits in the centre of the town. Now, when you're thinking, maybe it's a pretty cool needle, it is not. It is very plain and silver.
It has been cool once, and that is when they were putting out a Star Wars movie and they wrapped a lightsaber around the bottom and put lights on it so it looked
Makes
like
sense.
a big lightsaber.
Now, that is the only time
it's ever been cool.
Ultimately, it's just like a big needle sticking out from the tarmac that goes up a few hundred feet and ultimately then does nothing. You can't go see it. There's no stairs. You just kind of stand at the bottom and look up.
It's mainly used as a bus stop, to be fair.
It's mainly used as a place in Dublin City where you go, I'll meet you beside the spire, because you can see it from miles.
You say
out.
it to your kid and you're like, if you get lost,
go to the spire because I can see that from miles away.
So it's literally a pin on Google Maps, basically.
Good stuff.
Is what it is. On to powers and abilities. This is where it gets batshit. So her main power is a mystically mutated physiology. So Molly Fitzgerald was mystically changed to become a vessel for souls of people who had died as innocent victims of the Troubles.
Sorry, what?
What happens with the good luck powers is that whenever Molly finds herself in physical trouble, a displaced poltergeist will manifest itself for a fraction of an instant as a burst of energy that causes improbable incidents to occur for her benefit.
What?
That's
insane.
Every time something bad is about to happen, a ghost just jumps out and goes, nope, and then she's fine.
When did they write that? Surely it's just easier to be like, the luck of the Irish, she's, you know yourself, she's lucky and things just happen around her. When did they add the whole ghost of the Troubled in?
I'm not sure at what point that came into the comics, but it is canon.
I mean, it just makes it ultimately 10 times more confusing by doing that.
I think it was because they wanted to rationalise it a bit. Like, because in the 80s when she was created, it's like, oh, like, just good luck. But then 90s, you need to fucking double down. You need to be like, no, this is awesome. This is extreme. This is hardcore.
Right, so it's the souls of people who died in the Troubles when Catholics and Protestants were killing each other all the time.
Yeah. When innocents died, yes.
When innocent people died, and those souls come out of her to stop swords coming towards her, or bullets, or anything like that.
Like if a car is coming towards her and she's going to get hit, they'll like twist the steering wheel.
Did I hear you right in saying God gave her these powers?
He prayed. It was a prayer, yeah. I'm glad we had glossed over that, but yeah. He prays.
It's not often we get a God-given mutant ability.
No, it really isn't. Look, I have no response for that, Conor.
I call that the Spider-Man tree effect, when it's like praying
Topher Grace goes
Topher Grace prays that Peter Parker dies. It's you're praying that your son will get powers to kill other religious people, and then your daughter gets those powers. But God is pretty fucked up because both those religions believe in God. So
that's true.
It was mostly just like killing one of them for no reason. It's a bit of a, I don't know. I'm starting to side the negative here.
Maybe that's why it went to Molly, you know, because it was known that, like, no, she won't kill people, she won't harm people, you know.
Yeah.
She's also a skilled athlete and fighter, good at hand-to-hand combat, intelligence of 3, strength of 2, speed of 2, durability of 2, energy projection of 3, and fighting skills of 4. So pretty like normal human, but just very lucky.
I mean, you wouldn't have to train. Why would you have to train? Like,
if like every punch just like hits you, just ignore damage basically.
Yeah, like, and nothing anybody else does will ever harm you. True.
But sometimes the powers run out, Connor, you know, and you have to...
Sometimes God forgets.
You have to turn on the luck switch. Wouldn't that be unlucky?
He woke up that night, he's like, oh, fuck, I forgot to put out the bins, and I also forgot to give Shamrock her powers. Oh, geez, she's going to break her ankle. Oh, fuck.
Next bin day's Wednesday. That's going to be ages.
It is next Wednesday. Oh, it's going to be so full. Have to wait 2 weeks now. Oh, lads.
So that, Connor, is Irish superhero Shamrock.
You chose her as our 4-year anniversary hero.
Yeah, well, it was either this or do the orb again, and I thought you'd call into the podcast at that point. If
I knew you were doing the orb, I wouldn't show up. I'd be like, no, I'm not being here.
Look, the Marvel Wiki, the IRA page, it genuinely tries to explain the IRA.
I would really like to listen to what they describe the IRA to. Say, like, let's say you're 12 years old, you read the IRA, you're American, you grew up in, I don't know, Utah, and you're like, I'm reading a comic book. Oh man, they mentioned the IRA. What's that? I go to the Marvel Wikipedia, Shaun, and what does it say?
Oh, look, no, because it is, like, it's an actual, like, long page.
It's in-depth, like, from Wikipedia proper.
Yeah, like, but it is, but it's also just peppered with Marvel characters. Like, during World War II, like, the IRA was, like, framed for something and Namor cleared them of suspicion. All this weird shit happens.
Why would Namor get involved?
Because he's a prick. He's an out-and-out dickhead. And so I would just recommend reading up on the IRA, but via Marvel. I think that's hilarious.
You don't read up on it like in anywhere else. They won't give you the truth. You got to go to Marvel. They're going to tell you the truth of what's going on around here.
Trivia section. The original IRA was active from 1922 till 1969, and then it split into the provisional IRA and the official IRA.
Why do Marvel readers have to know that?
Why is that in the trivia section?
It's fun. It's quirky, Shaun.
It's quirky. It's something different, and it was a dark time. But let's all read some comic books, friends.
Let's maybe read comic books without the IRA in them from now on.
Yeah, that's the Heroes for Hire motto.
I really try to strive to have no army-based comic books, just in terms of that. I need to go to a Wikipedia and read about an army. Well,
look, Connor, some of us like to learn. I don't know.
In my comic books.
You and your Batmans, all right, go and read about Bruce Wayne and how he's a rich man.
I'll go read about the True Brothers of Ireland.
This is where we have like a fight, and then I start the provisional Heroes for Hire podcast.
No! I wouldn't be up for it. I'd be like, what's he up to? What's going on with Wood?
Lad, what's happening?
You know, you'd be so funny because halfway through you'd be like, Connor, are you mad at me? I get the sense that you are.
I'm getting the vibe that we're not friends anymore.
Connor, Shaun, you started your own army, yeah, but like, because they'd be friends, like, it's just a side project.
still chat. We can still chat on weekends. Would you like to take us out, Conor?
Yeah, I can take us out. If you enjoyed this episode, we have done hundreds of other comic book characters covering a whole bunch of people. So if you've got a favourite character, you can just find them on heroesforhire.ie. I only say that because I'm pretty sure Spotify and iTunes delete them after the last 100 episodes. So anything before that...
short list.
It's a short list. So anything before that, you will have to go to heroesforhire.ie, hit the search bar, and then just search for your favourite comic book character. They'll probably pop up, and then the episode will pop up, which is pretty cool. You can follow us on Twitter. It's at Heroes for Hire Pod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Heroes for Hire Podcast. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. We also have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/Heroes for Hire Podcast. That's all down below. And we also have a merch store. So if you want to get something cool, maybe a t-shirt or a mug, you're going to head on over there. But most importantly, you can just tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Chuck.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.